All right.
Hello.
It's the PJ's World podcast back again.
It's just not PJ's World.
No, it's not PJ. It is PJ's World.
Well, it is.
You're in PJ's World.
No, you're in my world.
You're definitely in PJ's World. This is how it works. It's
all right.
PJ's World podcast, you're in it. And that's how it works.
I don't think
bag,
so.
back, and everything. So, we have some news. One half of PJ's World was in a car accident. And that's why PJ's World hasn't been on the air for a couple weeks now. Had a car accident, but we are recovering. Are we recovering?
Yeah, very slowly.
Very slowly, because she won't stop doing stuff. Y'all tell her stop doing stuff. Tell her sit down. Lay down, take her drugs, and...
I do, but I can stand up to go pee.
Yeah, so anyway... She is getting better, so we were able to do a podcast today.
Hopefully I can get through it.
She'll be able to get through it. I mean, as far as we go, whenever she's done, we're done. That's how it works. So, before we get started, I do want to give a word from our sponsor. Our sponsor is Goat Tees. Instagram there at Goat Tees Official.
Goat Tees, how do you spell that?
Yeah, Goat Tees. It's spelled Goatteez.
Goat Tees.
Goat Tees, basically. Goat. Like goat tees, yeah.
Oh, like
they
you're
make
a goat.
T-shirts, yeah, like a goat.
Oh, yeah, because
like
you know the
G-O-A-T,
kids act like they're... Yeah,
goats, Goat Tees.
Oh, wow, okay.
They have a couple of designs. They're a startup company. Well, they're supporting us, so we wanted to support them.
Right.
I mean, there is other things there, but we're not going to get into it. You can't even see me, so you don't know what my face is looking like right now. But Goat Tees, if you go to Goat
That's why we should do the video. And
the video, yeah, we are going to do the video. I have to get a bracket.
But not right now, because I look a mess. Man, that's not a good idea.
And just so you know, we have a guest today, and he was just nodding when she said she looks a mess. So I don't know what that means, but I'm just saying. So go to Goat Tees. It's GoatTees.myvolution, MYVOLUSION.com. We're going to put it in the description so you can go and then check them out. They have a few designs. They're a startup, but they're getting better every day. If you could see me right now, you would see that I have one on. Yeah, because I'm the GOAT. That's what I am.
Goat.
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
And whatever you want to name.
You may smell like a goat.
I do smell like a goat. That's why I wear my goat tee. So everybody, guys out there, if you smell like a goat, get your goat tee. So, I want you to enjoy the show today. We have a special guest, one of my best friends in the world.
Yes.
I only have two, and he is number 2.
Yeah.
So, enjoy.
And I didn't pick him.
You don't pick any of my
I'm just saying. I didn't force you or anything to get friends.
Yeah, she does try to force me on the people sometimes. She didn't do that this time. This happened more organically. So, let's get to it.
Let's do it.
Why do you always have to be the last person to say stuff?
Why not? You didn't introduce him?
No, I know. We're going to introduce him when we come back, obviously. How long have we been doing this? It's only the third one together. And first guest. So you're the first guest.
Oh, yeah.
On the new PJ's World. I don't think I had a guest
on
the old
PJ's World. We should get something. So, like, when people, like, come...
We can give them a souvenir thing.
Yeah.
And then take it with them and show no one. Okay, so all of this will be cut out. It won't be cut out. I'm lying. All right. Welcome to another episode. This is episode number 7, numero 7 of PJ's World podcast. Because I can't count. The little piece would get on me all the time about that. He'd be like, I would say 3, and he'd be like, what are you doing? Yeah, I
That's
can't
the
count.
genius in you.
It is. I mean, my brain is working so hard, that it can't take it.
Gotcha.
So, we did have a word from our sponsor, Goat Tees. We have other sponsors throughout here, but they're our main sponsor, our number 1 sponsor. So, just as we promised, we have a special guest.
Very special.
Very special. And not short bus special. Usually our guests are short bus special. This one is, he actually rode a regular size bus, to school every day.
Or bike.
Bike.
I walk to school.
Ooh. His bus was so short it was his feet. Yeah. So, today he's going to act as our resident MCU expert, which is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And by expert, I'm not going to say he knows everything, but he definitely knows more than me and Renee. Would you say that? Because it's going to work kind of like this. Renee is going to be the one. Right now, there have been 23 Marvel movies out. I've seen all 23. He's seen all 23. She's seen like 3.
Is it really 3? Let me see.
You saw Endgame, Spider-Man, Infinity Wars, and now Iron Man. So you've seen 4. So you've seen 4 out of the 23. So she hasn't seen a lot, but she's catching up. She's starting to watch them all from the beginning.
Yeah.
And me with her at in sometimes. His name is Elliot. Elliot, say hi.
Hello.
And as I said in the intro, he is one of my best friends. One of the 2.
I guess that means I better put you on my best friend list.
Oh, burning me. He's burning me.
You're on it. You're on it now. It's 5 minutes. You're on.
I got it. I'm on there. At least until the end of the podcast.
End of the podcast. Yep.
Yeah.
That's how well the podcast. If it goes better, then
if it goes better, I don't know. Most of our podcasts don't go that well. They go terrible.
Not really. That's not true.
I might not be able to speak to you.
They go pretty good.
They go pretty good, I think. I don't think anybody from work listen. A couple people from work listen.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
Well, I'm not going to say.
That's fine.
Yeah. But
conflict of interest.
You said my name on there.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Especially where we work. Mm-hmm. We work for a place that we're not really allowed to say where we work.
That's true.
So
people smell weird there too.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, especially one person in particular that sits 2 seats down from me. 2 cubes. Sometimes I'll go around the opposite direction. He smells so bad.
Oh God!
It's bad, but he's married and has children. I don't.
He's been married several times.
And he wears the same shirt every day.
Literally every day. Yep.
Really?
It's very special. It's disgusting.
It smells so bad. He's the one that had the roaches in there and the breathing. Yeah, it's bad.
100% true.
I mean, all right. So you know how
how do you have roaches?
We don't.
Do you have food in there?
He brings them in from home.
He brings the roaches in, and his cube
on
walls.
his jacket.
Everyone else in the whole building's cube walls look the same. Mm-hmm. His look like they've been there for 50 years.
He has stuff. He has
seriously.
It looks like scatterings of mud on his cube, and nobody knows he got there.
Yeah.
I mean,
but they won't clean it or anything.
They tried.
They actually have someone who comes to his cube specifically
every day
to clean his cube, like to sweep up crumbs or anything like that, to cut down on roaches.
Oh my God!
Yep, that is
just his cube.
They don't make him work from home.
Oh, that's the best part about it.
They can't.
They can't. Not only will they not make him work from home, he actively does not want a laptop. He's old school.
He should be retiring soon.
He's retiring in December of 2020.
Supposedly. Yeah, it's what they say.
Hysterical story. So I come to his cube one time,
and
I see he has a stack of old school floppy disks.
Okay.
I mean, I used those when I was in high school, and that was about when you stopped, and because it started to get more efficient. So I go, so and so, why do you have these still? they don't even hold a gigabyte. It's like 120 megabytes.
What did he say?
He goes, these are better. I was like,
for what though?
In what way?
How are they better? He goes, you don't lose these. I was kind of like, oh, I guess it's hard to argue with that logic. Like, yeah, I guess you wouldn't lose these.
But they're so big.
Yeah. But I was
they can't fit any information on them
now. You could not fit a word.
Well, they're like 5 megabyte size, right, or something like that, right?
I think the biggest they ever got was 120 megabyte, which is still not big enough for a Word document.
But nobody had that.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody had those. You couldn't get those. Those are expensive ones.
That's ridiculous.
Nobody had that. Yeah.
Like floppy disks stopped when I was in like 8th grade. They stopped being a thing, and then we moved to CDs. Mm-hmm. And you could get a little bit more. Like I had this one teacher.
Well, because CDs were capped at 700 megabytes.
Yeah, but like you could like, I'm not sure I want to say zip, but like you could like compress them. Like I remember PowerPoint actually had this really cool thing where you could send a presentation and all the links, like you could link music and video to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't have to be on the thing.
As long as you wrote it, it would compress it way down, and you could show like a PowerPoint. It was really cool.
Yeah, I had to do that in college one time because we had,
I think Lil P had to in high school.
Yeah, so you can do. They had little tricks that you could use, but it's still not. Because I remember back in the '90s, I remember we were talking about computers, and we were talking about 10 megabyte hard drive or 50 megabyte, and we were like, why would you ever need that much? No, seriously. That was the thing. You know, back that was in computer engineering, and we were like, why would you ever need that much memory? It's kind of funny when you think about it now.
Yeah.
Now, if your hard drive is less than a terabyte, you can barely get by after like 6 months.
Yep, that's about
It's
right.
like ridiculous.
My music alone, I still am old school. I still have a file of music. It's like 250 gigabytes of music alone.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, that's just music.
This is a terabyte, and then so I have two 8 terabyte hard drives that I have to put everything on, because if I try to keep it on my regular hard drive, and I have to have two, because nobody wants one backup. You lose the one backup, you're done. So periodically I have to back them both up, and it takes like a day, to back them all up.
Fun, sort of, kind of related MCU story. Back in the early, back in the late 2000s, when they started to do digital copies with your Blu-ray or DVD.
Yeah.
And just for those who don't know or aren't aware, digital copies are the little sheet that comes in a Blu-ray or DVD, and you can put them on your computer, and it goes to the cloud. Well, before the cloud,
Before the cloud.
There
was a before the cloud.
There was 2008, the same year Iron Man came out. As a matter of fact, one of the first movies I got a digital code for was The Incredible Hulk.
Really?
The second movie in the MCU.
The one you're going to be watching next.
Yep, the one you're going to be watching next. And you had to download that movie from a disc they gave you in the Blu-ray.
Oh yeah, I remember how they used to do that.
And you had to store it on your computer, and like those video files would be like
huge,
a couple gigabytes. They were smaller because they were still standard definition. They weren't HD yet.
But they were a couple gigabytes, because I remember you couldn't put them onto a disc.
You could not put them on disc.
That was the problem.
The greatest part about it was I had over 100 gigabytes of movies. And the cloud came along, and I still have a couple of them, because I'm like, I'm not sure I trust the cloud. The cloud's going to fail one day.
I don't trust the cloud. I'm going to be honest about that.
So,
the cloud is just too cloudy.
It's too stormy.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's
my way, but looking at me.
That's my story about.
I'm just a
digital
guy.
copies.
You're just the guy.
Yeah, I'm just a guy.
The
that
guy
loves
that
a
thinks
girl.
is it me that you love?
Yeah, it's definitely you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was talking about you.
I'm not convinced.
I was talking about and Akira. And Akira. That's about it.
There are
sure
other
there's a
girls
couple
that
of
you
them.
may love.
Who?
Maybe the lady who had you.
Does she listen to this podcast? Well, I don't think she listens to this podcast. So it's okay.
So your chances of being loved out there are based on the patronage of this podcast.
Basically. So, but you know what? Someone might listen to it and then be
and
like,
then
you need to listen to this one.
Oh, yeah.
Or worse, you're going to get like a Glenn Close Fatal Attraction kind of like fan.
I know.
I won't be ignored, Dan.
But you know what? I might take that, because that means I have a fan.
True.
Oh, God.
There's a really great episode of Will and Grace with Kevin Bacon. Got the side character in it. Oh, man, it's hysterical.
Keep talking. I'm going to do some coding.
Fair enough.
Oh, my goodness. This man and his codeine. Will and Grace, and what happened?
Kevin Bacon plays himself, and one of the characters, I can't remember which one, it's been a long time since I've seen it, is stalking him. And he confronts, one of the characters. He says, I'm so sorry, I won't bother you anymore, like, I'll go. And Kevin Bacon goes, no, please don't go. No, please don't go. And the joke is that once the stalker leaves, your career's over.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that's the joke about stalkers.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it's a silver lining. So.
So how did you get into the Marvel and I know that you said in 2008 you sort of started watching Iron Man. That's when you started?
I actually started probably with...
That's when the movie started.
That's when the MCU started. Marvel has a really unfortunate movie history. In the early 90s, I can't remember if they did it once or twice.
David Hasselhoff, can anybody say?
Yeah, that's right. He played Nick Fury. For
really?
Yeah, it was terrible.
Anyway, so basically what happened was Marvel...
And remember the old Hulk movies? Ang Lee?
Yes.
Remember the Hulk movie where jumping across the whole
state?
Yeah.
Oh, where he was just jumping?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's
I
bad.
saw that one.
I know.
They actually thought about making that a sequel. They
No.
thought about sequel.
What?
They thought about making the Incredible Hulk a
Well,
sequel,
I'm glad
but then
they
they kind of
didn't.
soft rebooted it, and it's like, yeah, you could make the argument, but it's not really.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back in the early '90s,
But they didn't use David Banner. They used his dad. Remember they used
Nick Nolte. Yeah, Nick Nolte
But
was his
so
dad,
it made
yeah.
it better because that's why they said it could be a soft reboot because they didn't use David Banner. They used what was his dad's name?
No, his dad's name was David Banner.
What was his name?
Oh no. Bruce
Banner.
Bruce Banner is the hero in Hulk, the first Hulk
In the
movie.
first one.
Yes, David Banner, his father, is one of the villains, sort of.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I just said it wrong. All
Yeah,
right,
you
go
said it
ahead.
wrong.
Keep
Yeah,
going.
anyway, so back in the early '90s, Marvel had some problems. If I'm not mistaken, had problems with money, as many
Yeah, and they
many
had to sell off
organizations do.
stuff.
And they filed for, I believe, bankruptcy.
Yeah,
not
they did.
once, twice.
3 times.
And they had to 3 times.
Yeah.
They had to sell off their film rights to characters. They kept the comic rights, but like they sold Iron Man to Paramount. Ant-Man went to Artisan, which is now Lionsgate. Thor went to, I can't remember where Thor went, but Thor went to like
Spider-Man went to Fox.
Sony.
That's what I
So
said.
yeah, Sony,
He's so
X-Men,
bad.
X-Men went to Fox.
X-Men and Fantastic Four went to Fox. I mean, they basically.
So how did they get them back then?
The great thing is when you don't make a movie with a character that you own, or at least the contract they made up was if you don't make a movie with these characters, after a certain amount of time they revert back. They come back. James Cameron got the rights back to Terminator. Like he, for the first time in like almost 30 years.
Really?
30 years? I don't know. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
less than that because he did 2.
91 and then sold the rights.
Yeah, but
so
this
yeah, like
is-
20
yeah,
years.
20
Yeah,
years,
20 years.
20
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
usually because
I mean, but that's awesome too, though.
oh yeah, it's great.
Because
I mean,
then it come back to you.
Well, you want
can
the
borrow
person
it,
that
but
actually
you
did
don't-
it.
so
Right, of course.
Because the other people, we were just talking about that downstairs. We were talking about how people do sequels, and they pick. You know how when you want to see a sequel, you kind of want the world to be expanded. You want to learn more about the character.
Right.
which is why the MCU is so interesting.
Yeah, but when other people like do the remakes, they tend to number one, they like to go in a different direction because they want
Right.
everybody to know it's
Of course.
theirs.
Yeah.
Man of Steel.
And then they focus on,
Sorry,
they
the
focus
cough
on
drop.
I
different
don't think I
stuff.
saw that.
Don't.
Man of
Yeah,
Steel.
you did. You watched
I
it.
saw that.
It was Superman. That's Superman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That stupid Superman movie.
Oh, okay.
Remember when he changed everything about Superman?
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, why would they do that? Then that would make the people not...
That's not how they think.
You are a very, very intelligent woman for
This is
picking
what-
up on
no,
that
this
because
is-
these movie executives couldn't do that.
This is what they think. They think, I'm going in a different direction, and my movie's going to be so good that everybody's going to love it. or
But that's
something.
not true.
Exactly.
The problem is, and that's not the case with all filmmakers. Like, think of a good example of one.
Not all of them.
But like the problem is you get someone like Zack Snyder, who is a good director.
Okay.
Snyder directed Man of Steel.
Okay.
Man of Steel. He did Watchmen, 300, if you remember that.
Yeah.
So he's a good director, but the problem with him is I think every once in a while he gets a little too high in his own farts. And I know. He gets a little too high on his own farts, and he loses sight of the story. And it becomes substance. And like, don't get me wrong, Man of Steel did not have the worst story, but the problem is
Wait, what's that guy's name?
Zack Snyder.
No. Spectacle guy. Not.
Christopher Nolan.
Yes.
Christopher Nolan's the same way. I'm going to get a lot of hate mail from that and probably some death threats, but he's the same way.
And we only have like 13 listeners, so it's okay.
Then
Yeah, we're good.
yeah, okay.
I was the 13. They will get you.
I'm sure.
With this title, it might draw some people in.
Hey, we'll find out, won't we?
Yeah.
Although, anyway, so I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway,
It's about them changing.
Yeah,
On your back.
It's okay.
yeah, I don't know. I sit and wonder about it all the time. And Zack Snyder's he's a good director. He just doesn't.
Shazam is different.
I'm willing to give Shazam
You
a
should. Did you
shot.
see Shazam or was that Little P and I?
No, I didn't see it. I don't think I did.
Yeah.
Thinking about it, because isn't it on Netflix?
Not yet. It just got
It just
released
came
this
out.
week. Yeah.
Oh.
On DVD, Blu-ray.
Oh, just got released?
Just got released this week.
It just got released?
Just
It got released?
Tuesday.
All right.
I thought I saw
Voodoo.
something like that.
What? Let me see anything.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
Sorry. So all good tangent there. All the different properties with their separate ways. Fox made X-Men, which was a big hit in 2000. ironically, Warner Brothers, who now owns DC, or has always had DC, they made Blade huge, which is impressive because it was rated R.
I did like Blade.
Yeah, Blade's great.
Even though when Black Panther came out, they just forgot all about Blade. This is the only black superhero. No, there's Blade.
But wasn't Blade, like, at first, didn't he seem like he was bad?
Kind of an anti-hero, sort of. But I mean, like,
killing people.
But he's killing vampires. Although he is killing familiars, but in fairness, they're kind of like vampires.
So you got to think about the reason that they said that Wakanda. What it was? Black Panther. I said Wakanda.
It is also known as Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, right.
People do refer to it as that one.
But you got to think about it. That's why people like you have a lot more younger people that's watching that, and then
now, but they don't know
because of the movement that
they don't know. They don't know about. But people don't know their history. That's why people can get away with that kind of stuff. Like Brie Larson saying that she is the best female lead, is breaking barriers and all that kind of stuff.
2 words: Sigourney Weaver. Done.
But you didn't even go further back than that.
Well, I know that, but you don't need to because Sigourney Weaver's the best.
I'm just saying, like these people, these young people.
The young people.
He's like the old man looking out the window.
No, like, trying to see.
Turn down.
It's always our house.
Yep. My dad does the same thing, except with squirrels. It's really weird.
No, because I think I'm gonna have him move that car out there, and then he park his car here.
PJ's a squirrel.
I know.
Well, I'm always trying to get a nut.
No, well,
but now you say it.
That you say that.
Why am I
a squirrel never pays attention. They just jump from one subject to another.
Like
you've been
spider monkey.
Yeah, spider monkey. I like that.
I am though, but it's okay
monkey.
Because I know this about myself and I love it.
Oh my god!
What are we having for dinner?
I don't know.
Are you staying for dinner? Or you have to do?
I probably gotta get going, but I'm of course going to appeal to the masses here before I go. So,
masses, see if you need to go.
Oh no, I mean like I'm going to
just see if you need to stay for dinner.
We'll see where we get to.
I don't understand. What are you appealing for?
I said appealing to the masses with my awesome MCU information.
So we got.
Yeah, but I'm saying
I'm going to stay until the podcast is over.
I got that, but
trying to be elegant.
Ready by the time the podcast is over.
Well, I know that.
Yeah, so I've seen if you're staying beyond that.
Maybe a little bit. We'll see.
So I am very interested in Mr. Elliott is sitting here with the paper, and I want to know
what's on
the
paper.
With notes.
Yes, I have notes.
And so this right here makes me feel like I'm about to be taught.
Well, this was my podcast debut, and I was going to come and be prepared.
I love it
because he was like, "Well, how do y'all do?" I was like, "Yeah, we ain't prepared for nothing."
See, and that's the thing. Like, I want to be prepared.
Yeah.
But this guy
let's
beside
start from
me.
Lion King.
No, but I told her, I was like, "Hey, if you want, we can make some topics." And she's like, "No, we'll just see how it goes." But it's been going good. But we can. The way I like, can I explain it to you? The way I like it is we're having a conversation.
Yeah.
In our back pocket, we have certain things that we can talk about.
PJ loves conversation.
He loves to talk.
That's what I do all day at work.
We talk
all day at work.
Conversation. That's how a lot of stuff gets done. That's how a lot of stuff gets done. All right,
very little stuff gets done.
Now, for the people that are here listening, you're going to see the title. The reason that we're doing it today, and it's going to be released today, is because San Diego Comic-Con is going on right now. And it's a rumor, believed, probably it's going to happen, that Marvel is going to release their next 5 years worth of movies tonight.
Well, how do we see that?
They're having the panel tonight.
And it's believed that
can we see? No,
we're gonna do it.
They don't go live or something.
Yeah, we're gonna do one
because they want people to come.
Yeah,
the whole would come.
Gotcha. They don't let you have the phones in there, do they?
No.
No,
we're gonna do another one next week about what happened.
Well, I think that we're gonna have to get you this hat or something because you always go to.
I'll be the press junket.
Yeah, like you just have this hat and you just
they're scanning people for that.
Oh yeah.
I'm kidding.
They know all that. I'm saying they know all those tricks.
San Diego Comic-Con, believe it or not, I think they even had. This is a rumor. I might be a noob to this, but supposedly they even have a device that kills.
Shut up.
Supposedly, in the H hall.
That's easy though.
Yeah,
that's easy to do.
In the H hall, they have they cancel out everything.
Kill all your signals.
They kill all your signals. They kill.
Think about it.
Oh yeah, well that makes sense.
Think about it. We have one at work.
That's true, yeah. That's right.
So.
Our boss has the little magic switch that turns the building into a lead box, yeah.
It's true.
I mean, that probably isn't true, but I mean...
yeah,
no,
it makes
I think
sense.
it is. Because every building we've been in has been like that.
That's true, too.
My dad's office building had is an antenna on top of it.
And
Perfect,
signal.
perfect reception all the time.
In the building?
In the building. Perfect reception all the time.
Really?
Yep, 5 bars all day long, all month long,
That's
all
right.
year long.
At his old place or his new place?
Old place.
Okay.
Oh, I think his new place is pretty good too. It's better than the government building he was working in.
So what we want to do is we want to put our prediction out there about what we think are going to be the next 5 years of movies and see how it stacks up against
What actually ends up happening.
what's actually ends up happening. And the reason that he brought his notes, because number one, I forget everything,
That's true.
so we didn't want to do that. But number
And
two,
I know nothing.
yeah, we want it to be evidence based.
Right.
Why we think, because we've already discussed it several times.
Yeah.
Nauseum.
Yeah, we want it to be at work.
Yep.
We want it to be
There's nothing better to do at work.
to have like an educated guess about what we think.
Okay.
Based on the evidence of what has come out, what they have to show. Because, they have like 150 characters or something like that, right?
Oh, they got more than that. I mean, Spider-Man alone has a couple thousand.
Well, no, I
mean
meant more as protagonists. I think
What?
Oh,
a
as-
couple.
yeah,
I think
that
about
includes
150
films, yeah.
protagonists they have.
Oh.
I think they have more than that, but yeah. I mean, it's been that.
So they have a lot that they can, draw upon for years and years and years, as long as it stays popular. That's the thing. If it quits being popular, they're going to quit because it's all about money, right?
It keeps
course.
going up. It's amazing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So
Avengers Endgame right now is less than $7 million away from beating Avatar for the most successful film of all time. Inflation.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. First film in.
with inflation's probably killed it.
Yeah, probably. Maybe it's with inflation. Because I think without inflation now, I think.
No, it'd be the opposite.
Yeah, it's
It'll
that
be
way.
the
You
opposite
screwed me up
way.
on that one.
it'll
Yeah.
be the
Yeah. Mhm.
It'll be the opposite way. Yeah, that was Avatar
Exactly.
was before.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Avatar.
so yeah, before.
You remember the boys had their hair cut like...
No, wrong. Not the Airbender.
No, oh, what's the Avatar?
Avatar's the blue
people?
Yeah,
Yeah.
blue people. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pocahontas, Dances with Wolves mixed together.
Oh, yeah, okay.
more.
I do
It
remember
was
that.
basically it Dances with Movies. The only reason I know that is because we didn't get to watch movies, and McDonald's was giving away movies, and they gave away Dances with Wolves with some kind of meal.
They gave. My parents got. Was it Adam's Family or Back to the Future when they did that?
When they did that,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and we had one of those conversion vans with the TV inside. And so, back in the day, you had the VHS in there.
Oh, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
I still have my
Wait,
VHS
McDonald's
player.
gave VHS movies?
Yeah.
VHS movies. Yep.
It
Shut
was back
up.
in the 90s when it
Early 90s. Yep.
Yeah.
I
And
thought you
and
was
we had
thinking
one of
like a
those-
CD
No,
or...
no, we had one of those vans, and it had
That's
3
crazy.
compartments. We had a Nintendo in one, NES. We had
NES, wow.
little 14-inch TV,
That was my favorite game system.
14-inch tube TV, and then a DVD player.
My brother still has the same N64
No,
he
VHS
bought
player.
from
Really?
in '94, yeah, or
VHS,
N64. Yeah.
VHS player. Well, see, ours only like now we upgrade a little bit more because I'm an adult now. But when I was a kid, we didn't upgrade until it broke. So
Right.
so we don't have any original because
Or pass them down, or on.
no, it'll be broke because we
family.
only have one.
That's how we inherited them.
No, we only have one. We didn't inherit nothing. We have one.
Me and my
For
brother
the whole
inherited them.
family, you had to agree which one you wanted. We never got the Sega Genesis stuff.
There was no. Oh, me neither. Yeah, there was no agreeing. It was what my brother wanted is what we ended up getting.
But that's still
wow.
how it is, isn't it?
You can make the argument, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
I did meet your parents. Guys, if you guys are listening to this, he only speaks glowingly of you. And he tells me that
They won't
neither
believe
of
this.
you have great hair and not a day over 21 apiece.
I'm sure they won't believe that,
Especially
but
his mother.
I appreciate that very much.
That's what I'm saying. That's what he tells me every day. It's kind of weird. I'm just sitting at my desk one day and he'll be like, "You know what, PJ?" I'm like, "What?"
I
You're like,
love my mother.
"My parents don't look a day older 21. I just don't understand it." He just says this randomly every day when he comes to my cube. So
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, I don't even get it.
I haven't had my
it's
coffee yet
He's like,
with a little bit of bourbon. No, if anyone from work is listening, I do not drink on the job. Ever.
yeah, you can say that.
No, you really can't.
Probably have to cut that out, but I won't. Because I don't cut anything out.
Prove it.
It's all in
Right.
in the thing. So, all right. So now we can go ahead and get into let's talk about the history of it first.
Okay.
Where it's
Yes.
been
You want me to start from the get-go, or do you want me to continue where we sort of left off?
And you stop interrupting him so I can get
haven't interrupted one
like
time.
15 times.
Okay, but not once.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I interrupted more than once, not once.
Well, yeah, a lot more than once. So
we're at
Marvel sold off all their
Iron Man. Oh, we're there.
Yeah, we're still there. Yeah.
We're way back there. Okay.
But we're not too far.
I got you.
We're not too far. So Marvel sold off their film distribution rights. They still kept the comics. Film distribution rights to a bunch of different studios. Iron Man.
Shut up.
Iron Man, Paramount.
I wasn't interrupting this time.
Yeah, it's true.
I was seconding it.
The word is mimicking or echoing.
Yeah.
Words. They're words.
Mocking.
That's the word I was looking for. God, I hate you sometimes. Anyway, so they went to all these different studios. Fox had a small successful run with XMen in the early thousands. And they were good. X-Men 1 and X-Men 2 were great. X-Men 3 was kind of where they started to fall off. You had Blade 1 and 2, which was great. That's Warner Brothers. Blade 3, not so much.
But that was one with Dracula in it.
Yes.
Yeah, I liked it.
The silence is because nobody believes you. But that's fine.
Because Dracula was in it.
I know that. But
you know I'm a vampire freak.
I know that. But, so, Blade's a vampire or half vampire. Right. So, anyway, that's...
Yeah.
They
had the full vampire. I mean, I don't know why they went that way.
That's fine.
No one knows why they went that way.
Yeah,
and he wasn't that powerful.
That's true. Yeah. To save a lot of conversation, read up on how many problems they had making that movie. It's insane.
I know about all of it, but it doesn't matter to me because I liked it.
Okay.
But then it wasn't so good.
It wasn't that good.
Okay. Well, I can make peace with that.
But I liked it.
I can make peace with that.
I mean, I like.
How you like something that wasn't so good?
Because it's a vampire thing, so it had to be super bad for me not to like it. Like Blood Rain.
But at the same time, you can't say that you like it.
I can.
No.
It's not bad like Blood Rain. Blood Rain was so bad I couldn't even take it.
Okay, and then...
So anyway, you ever seen Blood Rain?
Nope. I kind of wanted to, but then, I saw that Uwe Boll directed it.
It's terrible.
I think I'm out.
It's terrible.
Anyway, so basically what happened was all these different studios started to make, unfortunately, not so good Marvel movies. I mean, like Ghost Rider, Sony made Ghost Rider, Lionsgate made Punisher, which is actually good, but they weren't the first one. But they weren't.
That was okay.
They weren't successful, and the problem was they were kind of hurting comic business. Marvel Entertainment, Marvel Comics still had their comics. Yeah. And these other studios were just making movies to make money, but the problem was they were hurting their comic book sales. Marvel finally said, you know what? We're kind of tired of this. We want to make our own movie. And so after the 10 or 15 years, up to 2006-ish, they got a lot of their characters back because just no one ever made an Ant-Man movie. No one ever made Iron Man, Thor.
But tell her, it wasn't just as plain and simple as making their own movies.
Yes, no, that's true.
They had to go through this big thing. About that.
Yes, I'm working.
He's working his way up.
So what happened was Marvel said, we're not a movie studio, but we want to become a movie studio. We want to make our own movies. We want to make these movies right. We want to do justice to the characters, which is an amazing concept because if you do justice to the characters, people love the characters. Case in point, Man of Steel. Didn't do Superman justice. People were like, what the heck is this?
Right.
So they took out a loan from Merrill Lynch. I believe this is the part where it's kind of a little bit cloak and dagger. It's not completely, I'm not completely sure, but I know that something generally happened this way.
Yeah.
They took out a loan for what I believe was like $500 million.
Okay.
Which is enough to make 2 movies, roughly. They put a gun to Jon Favreau's head and said, we really need you to make this movie successful. Otherwise, Marvel Studios is definitely in trouble. I'm not so sure about Marvel Comics. I'm sure that it wouldn't have helped them.
Right.
Jon Favreau is happy, as you saw in Iron Man 1 and Avengers. So he directed it through sheer luck, able to cast Robert Downey Jr., who at the time was a well-known reformed drug addict.
Not even reformed at the time.
No, he was reformed. He had just gotten out of his what was his last stint. What was his last stint in rehab? I believe his 3rd.
Yeah.
If not rehab, he just got out of jail.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Remember that movie?
And he did Gothica. He did Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Yeah.
He did The Shaggy Dog with Tim Allen. He was the villain in that.
Really? I don't remember that.
And he did a movie, actually a pretty good one called Charlie Bartlett, which he basically plays. He basically plays himself. Kind of. Like he plays a character who's basically Robert Downey Jr., reformed.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted to hire him because if he relapsed,
Yeah.
If he relapsed, he could never be insured ever again.
Right.
Like,
right.
you know.
They're like, I don't want that on my hand.
And not shockingly, but Mel Gibson was always a huge proponent of him. And he put up bonds for his movies and stuff like that. And anyway, I've gotten off topic of how awesome Robert Downey Jr. is. Jon Favreau said Robert Downey Jr. to play Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Fought the executives tooth and nail, casted him in. He's now the most successful financially set actor there ever has been in the last, so many years. Anyway.
Right.
So they made Iron Man, huge hit, came out of nowhere, well received, critical success, and the producer Kevin Feige kind of sat there and was like, you know what? I think we're going to do what I've always wanted to do and have this interconnected universe. Mm-hmm. They didn't immediately do it after Iron Man, but they kind of saw where they wanted to go.
It was after Iron Man 2, right? They realized
Iron Man 2 is where they started to kind of harder, and they realized that there was a demand for it,
Did they make money? Did they succeeded, right?
Oh, they made the movie for probably $200 million, if I had to guess, probably less.
Yeah.
Because I've never ever looked at the budget for that movie, but yeah, probably somewhere between $100 million, $200 million, which means it had to break even somewhere around $400 million, if I had to guess. Okay. And then it made $600 million, $700 million, so it made it made its profit in money. Yeah. Not taking into account what they'd have to do with the back pay. And I will be honest with you, those facts may not be 100% correct. It's been a while since I looked at Iron Man's numbers. So if that's not 100% right,
11 years ago.
Apologies all around.
But we're talking about just general information.
Yes. It was a success enough for them to go forward with Iron Man 2. And just dumb luck, Universal was making an Incredible Hulk film the same year. And they were able to talk them into allowing them to use Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, and he has the cameo at the end of it. Not to ruin it for you. Sorry. He has a cameo at the end talking about what becomes the Avenger Initiative. Yes. Very, very, very quick snippet, and then that kind of is what people realized was like, wow, this is going to finally happen. That basically brings us to more or less where we are now, 22 movies down the road. Joss Whedon threw out Thanos and Avengers as the big bad to be fought, and it just kind of snowballed in the best way it could. I mean, that pretty much covers it, right? Yep. I mean, you're generally pretty well versed in that part. And I think the way they did it, they allowed each movie to be a standalone movie. For the most part, there's a few. They allowed them to be standalone movies, but they had to fit within. Yeah. They had Kevin Feige over. He was over everything. Yes. So he made sure that everything stayed within canon. You can do whatever you want in the movie. Yeah. But you got to make sure certain things stayed in canon. That's good. And they moved things along. Like if a certain person needed to make it through the movie, you couldn't kill them. Mm-hmm. Or if they needed to go to a certain place, they needed to go there, figure out a way for them to get there. But it had to be natural. Full disclosure, just for any fan out there who is super, super well versed in this. While he was technically speaking the creative head, he did have a committee. I'm going to say underneath him. Really, is more to the side of him. He did have a creative committee. I say creative in quotes, that hindered his progress, if you will. They made his life a little bit tough. Oh, yeah. Based on some of the rumors I heard. Well, because they didn't believe yet. Yeah. Well, not only they didn't believe, but they were too big. They consisted of a couple comic book writers and some other people, and they were put together by this guy named Ike Perlmutter, who, if you read what he did, he was he kind of is in a way. Ike Perlmutter was the guy who they brought in once Marvel Studios was beginning, because this guy could pinch a penny. Okay. In the Marvel Studios building, there was one bathroom. During the press junkets, he wouldn't give even a water bottle. Like, he was notoriously cheap. And later on, he tried to, I'm not going to say fire Robert Downey Jr., but he tried to limit his involvement as much as he could, because Robert Downey Jr., he had a $50 million paycheck. Right. You know what I mean? It was a big deal. But the old adage, to make an omelet, you got to crack a couple eggs. Right. I mean, You're right. So Kevin Feige was the general head. However, he did have this committee that made his life, we're going to say interesting. I'm not sure difficult is the right word, but definitely interesting. And they put a lot of input in on things, and it kind of came down to another old adage: too many cooks in the kitchen. So
there was one movie in Infinity War, or which one was it? Where
Age of Ultron. They messed up Age of Ultron.
The farmhouse scene.
Yes, Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron. Yeah.
They kind of put a gun. Nobody knows exactly what happened with that. They know that this committee muddied up the middle of the movie with cutting stuff out. Because Joss Whedon directed Avengers 1 and 2, Age of Ultron. He had a pretty good vision. And while I'm not a huge fan of Joss Whedon anymore, he did do a good job with the first one.
Well, because he's another one who thought it was farce in the stink.
Say again?
He's another one who thought it was farce in the stink after a while.
No, well, yes, partly, but more so that I think that he self-implodes on himself.
What I'm saying?
Well,
yeah.
Like it's not so much that he's so hot in his own work. It's more that like he's so worried his work won't stand up to what he did previously, and so he self-implodes. Like, oh god, I can't do this. You know what I mean? So kind of exactly. Anyway, so they fired that committee after Captain America: Civil War.
Okay.
Kevin Feige.
Winter Soldier was the best.
Sure. Kevin Feige went up to Alan.
What's going on that?
Yes,
why don't you think it's the best?
I don't think it's bad. I love it.
Giant Man.
I like Giant Man. Yeah.
Winter Soldier is the best villain. You have to admit that.
But he's not really a villain.
Yeah, and there he is.
But Loki.
Huh?
But Loki. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Winter Soldier is the second best villain, but he's in the best movie.
Sure. Anyways, so needless to say, we are now moving forward. Phase 3. Well, excuse me. Amazingly, we're now done with Phase 3 officially, and Phase 4 is literally
it's coming.
It's coming. In theory, it will be here. Technically speaking, in 3 hours, 4 hours, possibly. We'll find out.
So we want to try to figure out what's coming next, based on what's already happened.
Yes.
Why it's.
Based on the rumors, there's been a lot of rumors about movies in production and like what Marvel's interested in doing.
So after this, you have to go somewhere with your mom, right?
No, that's not this weekend.
Oh,
we were going to see Toy Story 4.
So right now you don't have anything planned for after.
No, we're good.
Nothing planned for after.
Am I supposed to say yes?
No, I'm just saying because when I mentioned dinner before, you was like, I don't know.
We'll see. I'll see.
Yeah, see, you're saying that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm
freeing myself up to go home if I want to go home.
I know that's what you're doing. I'm saying.
Although I would like to finish Earth Goes to Jail.
Why would you want to do that?
We'll see.
Is my question.
Depends what we're making for dinner.
Why haven't we making anything?
I'm good with that too.
Because the cook.
That's right.
Can't cook.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no.
So
I mean, I eat other things besides homemade things.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I know. We go to lunch and get stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Not often.
No.
It's mostly salads.
Yeah,
only salads. Yeah, healthy stuff. Only healthy.
Got it. Yes.
Yeah, only healthy.
Always.
Always healthy.
Like Rhodey, that was pretty good. I mean, health wise.
Yeah, it was very disgusting. I got the wrong thing.
That's not my fault.
Yeah,
I should have got what I got.
I know. I should have done that. I got the wrong thing. Yeah. And then it was like, "What do you want to put on there?" They just pointing out all this disgusting stuff.
Yeah.
And I put it on there anyway, and it was a mistake.
We actually like Rhodey. This is not a disparaging.
Rhodey's fine.
It's good. We go to Subway.
I messed up and got the wrong thing. Yeah, Subway. We don't have as big a selection at our new building.
No.
But maybe the next building will.
Well, we are down the street from Union Station, but you won't go to Union Station.
Yeah, you know why though?
I'm waiting.
So, go to the top, but I won't go to the bottom.
That's fair. There's a lot of homeless people down there. It smells weird.
Yeah, because of the rats.
There's rats down there? Oh yeah, I guess there is rats down there. Yeah. Dunkin' Donuts. That's what Chick-fil-A is now, though.
Yeah, I don't mind the rats, except that they get into the food stuff.
We should go back over to Billy Goat Tavern.
Where's Billy? Oh, we haven't been on there in a while.
No, we haven't been. I mean,
it's so far now.
It's far, and it's also like probably quite possibly like the worst thing in terms of fat. It's delicious.
Oh yeah. No, we would get it without a bun.
I got the 4-patty burger every time with the bun.
Yeah, me too.
It was delicious.
I know.
It's so good.
It was so good. But it's okay because that was the past.
I would like to take a minute, by the way, reflect, and have a moment of silence for Leho.
That's all we're going?
Yes.
You know what? What do we get? We got Szechuan chicken.
Chicken and beef. Oh god.
Yeah. They don't have that a lot around here.
Not not like that.
We have a Szechuan garden that's pretty good. It's a little expensive, but I would be willing to splurge on that. Let me see what they because they're good. Like their food is good. They're like a
yeah. I generally stay away from getting Szechuan chicken from anywhere now.
Tablecloth. A white tablecloth.
Yeah.
Chinese restaurant.
Okay.
Have you ever been to a white tablecloth Mexican restaurant?
No.
They have one in DC and somewhere else. It's called
Quesadilla room?
No, Mexico Tropicana.
I was trying to make a joke like the Russian tea room or whatever. Yeah.
You were close, but so far.
Well, I was making a joke that was like what like the Mexican one would be.
That's what I write. Szechuan.
Yeah, that's right. That's Szechuan. Mm-hmm.
There we go.
So, I'm actually curious. I've never asked you this question. What's your favorite non-MCU Marvel movie? And you can't say Blade because it's vampires. Blade, huh?
Yeah.
One or two.
Let me see. What else I got? Give me what else I got.
You got the Fantastic Four movies. You got you got every X-Men movie, including Deadpool.
Okay.
You got Ghost Riders 1 and 2.
Oh,
you got Punishers.
One of them.
Deadpool's not bad. Yeah.
I could say it'd be Deadpool 1 or 2.
What else do you got?
Besides Blade.
You have the first 3 Spider-Man movies, the original Spider-Man movies. I forgot to mention those.
Spider-Man
Yeah,
2.
Sam Raimi in '99. He definitely throttled the comic book genre hugely because of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man 2.
Mm-hmm. Matter of fact, he even recently he's been doing the convention circuit, meeting fans and doing panels and stuff. He recently said that still to this day he still thinks about the unmade Spider-Man 4 movie he was supposed to do. He still thinks about that. And like how
he's supposed to do Spider-Man 4?
He's supposed to do Spider-Man 4. Sony's a good studio, but the problem is they just don't understand the concept of making a movie.
But did he do Spider-Man 3?
One, 2, and 3.
He did 3.
Yes.
But 3 was bad.
3 is not his fault. It's not his fault. The studio, which is what happened with 4 before he walked, was they made him do all these things. Like the CEO of Sony wanted Venom so he could make a spin-off of Venom, which ironically ended up happening 10 years later.
They have crispy shredded beef Szechuan.
Damn.
$20.
Yeah. But you see, here's the problem. This is just a hint. When you see celery, it's not Szechuan.
Oh, what is it?
It's like Americanized Szechuan, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
Because like the one that we had never had celery in it.
Second. So they got the shredded pork bamboo shoots. Was that it?
No, that wasn't there either. Yeah. Like I generally just stay away from Szechuan if it's at a place like this, just because like it's. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure it's good, but like it's just
not gonna be the same.
Yeah, it's not.
And it could be like, but they have good chicken. I want to try their lo mein. It's not that expensive. The lo mein is like $12.
What? How did you get on the subject of food? We're talking about. You are so fat.
We were talking. Okay.
No.
No. But we were just talking about possibilities.
Get back to the.
Okay, my bad.
Okay,
so now we're at after Spider-Man 2.
After Spider-Man 2, Far From Home. Yep.
Okay. And so we know which is the next one we know is coming out. Black Widow.
That's the funny thing is this is the first time since 2000.
No, wait, isn't one coming out this year?
No, that's it. We're done.
Spider-Man is done. Avengers, Endgame, and Spider-Man. That's it for this year.
Captain Marvel came out in March.
Oh, that came out in March.
I want to see that. That's the girl, right?
Yeah, the girl.
Wait, excuse me.
Yeah.
Girl power.
I know you like girl power. You got girl power in Endgame.
My God, listen, that made my life complete.
I think it made a lot of people's lives
complete. I was like, hell yeah.
Oh, that was
great.
It was
awesome. I did. Like, I was like, oh, she has help. I was like, oh, yes, she does.
Yeah, I know you like that.
I did.
There is, this is a little preview of what's to come with our prediction. There is a possibility / rumor that one of the films that they're going to announce is going to be an A-Force movie, which is what that group is called. That's the all.
Shut up! Are you serious?
That is a possibility. It is a possibility.
I will walk around with their T-shirts.
It is a possibility.
I'm sure you will. So here's the thing.
Anyway, sorry. So for the first,
when is the Black Widow movie?
I'm finishing my. I'm going to answer that question by finishing my thought. So for the first time,
are you going to say when the Black Widow movie?
I'm gonna try.
Shut up.
For the first time.
I'm just wondering if he's gonna say if it's coming when the Black Widow movie comes out.
For the first.
Have they announced?
Son of a gun. No, they have not. That's what I'm getting.
They haven't announced it.
For the first.
But they're filming now. Right?
Oh my God! Can you let him get done with his thought?
Everything that you just said will be answered. I promise.
I know. Well,
just hush
I know they're filming now.
Close it.
Because they're filming Suicide Squad too.
No, they're not.
Shush your mouth. Shush it.
Well, Suicide Squad's DC.
Yeah. I just made that up.
I know.
Oh, God.
So, for the first time since 2014, they don't have any movies officially announced, which is kind of crazy because usually...
But it's good.
Well,
because it's the end of the era, and they're trying to see where it's going.
Yes, and also at the same time, they don't want to take away from the movies that did come out. Like they don't want to go get excited for Black Widow and Spider-Man hasn't come out yet.
Yeah,
okay. They don't want to cannibalize their own stuff.
Right.
But yeah, so plus they also I think they enjoy doing these kind of somewhat elaborate.
Oh yeah, because the people love it.
They go crazy.
They go crazy.
And people paying a lot to go to.
Oh God!
Oh my God! It's like a lot of people.
Peking duck. Yeah, that's not what you're saying. You weren't saying Peking duck.
No.
I'm still thinking about food.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so
I'm not even hungry.
To answer everything.
Thank you.
All right.
To answer everything that you just barraged me with.
Yes.
There are no films officially announced, including Black Widow, which is confirmed to be the only Marvel movie that is filming as of right now.
What about TV shows?
TV shows, that's a good question.
They do TV shows.
Well,
do you think they'll be
shows.
okay?
They actually do TV shows.
They do?
They have
Cage.
Yeah.
I don't watch
Iron
that.
Fist.
No.
Jessica Jones. Remember we watched Jessica Jones? That's a Marvel show.
Daredevil.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Daredevil.
Mm-hmm. Daredevil, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Punisher, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
But see, here's the thing is I think all the Netflix shows...
Marvel, what's the old lady? Peggy Carter.
Peggy Carter, but that got canceled already.
Well, I'm just saying.
I mean, that's definitely in the MCU. Inhumans, that's right. Cloak and Dagger, The Runaways.
Cloak and Dagger, The Runaways. We were watching Remember the Cloak and Dagger about the guy with that voice that's so annoying?
Oh, God, I can't take his voice. His voice is so annoying.
It's even more worse than Derek Luke.
Oh, Derek Luke. Okay. Supposedly, all those shows take place in the MCU. Supposedly. There's some discrepancies here and there.
Taking them out.
Why?
Well, there's no talk of it. I'm making that prediction. They canceled all the Marvel...
Well, then you're talking about it, so there's the talk.
Fair enough. They canceled all the Netflix shows, like Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, The Punisher, which is a pretty surprising move.
Right.
Probably because Disney's starting their own streaming service, which is going to launch in November.
It's supposed to have all the movies.
And on that streaming
add
service...
any more to it, though? Because can't that get boring?
Yes, they are, actually. They're going to make... And that's my list here. They're going to make a Falcon, who is now Captain America, Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show.
Okay.
A show about the Scarlet Witch, Wanda,
Winter Soldier,
and yes, good job. And Vision called WandaVision. They're going to make a Loki spinoff. They're going to make a Hawkeye spinoff, and they're going to do a show that's not going to be in the MCU, but still be interesting, called Marvel's What If, where they change things around. Like instead of Captain America becoming Captain America, Peggy Carter becomes Captain America, his love interest. So stuff like what would happen if Thor didn't pick up the hammer?
Gotcha.
What if Loki did? You know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
Okay, so then
so
keep it interesting.
Yes, they're going to expand more, but I think they're going to take back. I think they're going to make the Netflix shows not canon because they kind of. I mean, the shows were good, but they kind of squandered the awesomeness of Daredevil in that universe, along with all the other ones. I don't know. That's my opinion. I mean,
and they were supposedly in canon, but they were definitely in a different universe.
It seems like
the way they were. The way they were shot. They were in the same universe, but in a different universe than.
Yeah, I mean, like Daredevil is probably the closest of the series, but like for instance,
they mention stuff.
Yeah,
that's it.
Like for instance, in Luke Cage, they referenced Donald Trump's presidency a couple times. And Donald Trump isn't president in the MCU. Right. They actually have a fictional president. That I guess it's possible he got elected after the fictional president, but probably not.
No, they just mentioned that because it was all political
relevant.
Yeah.
Anyways, so without further ado, I mean, we've talked about this a lot. Do you have any ideas that you personally think before I
I think Black Widow.
Yes, that's a fair.
That's a TV show, not a movie, right?
Movie. No, that's a movie.
Black Widow's a movie.
It's a movie that they think is going to take place between.
They're going to do Black Widow. They're going to do Diane Lane. What's her name? Captain Marvel.
Yes.
They're going to do Captain Marvel.
That has not been.
But I thought didn't they just do one? Oh, but they'll do another one.
They'll do another one.
Yeah, they're gonna
$1 billion. They're going to do a lot of them.
I have to see. I mean, I don't know when and where they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not holding the dates. Just say when. Yeah. In the next 5 years.
Yeah, they're going to do
4 years.
They're going to do another Spider-Man, obviously.
Yes.
Do you think they're going to do another Black Panther?
They're definitely doing another Black Panther.
Yeah.
Even though the country would have died by now. But anyway, that's The Economist.
Don't get into it.
I know, I can't.
You will have a lot of angry people at you.
That might be good.
No, it will not.
Yeah, because then they'll listen.
Oh.
Maybe in between yelling.
Exactly.
I'm saying they'll listen to the show.
Oh yeah.
To see what you're gonna say.
Yeah, so they don't like right now. Nobody listens to it, so
say whatever you want.
Yeah, then they'll maybe to get them. Somebody says, "Oh man, he was talking about Black Panther." Then they start listening.
Mm-hmm. Right, that's true.
See, but what I notice is that you're just naming all the sequels that you're sure of. Like you don't know about any of the new stuff that they might be coming out with.
I'm getting there. I'm lying. Okay. But I got to get the sequels out of the way first because that's the easy one.
So you only did 2, right?
No, you got like 4 in there?
Captain Marvel, Spider-Man. They're going to do Guardians of the Galaxy.
Correct.
You haven't gotten to those people yet. But that's the one with
the green. But that's a little raccoon, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it a raccoon or a fox?
It's a raccoon. But you haven't seen the other Guardians of the Galaxy, so you don't know who they are really.
They're fun. You'll like them.
Okay.
Yeah, they're actually some of the best. They're more fun than the rest of them.
Okay.
They're gonna make a new Iron Man movie.
Maybe.
How?
See, that's gonna be the interesting thing. There's
Can't
gonna be a new Iron Man. Yeah.
No, they can't.
Yeah, because what's his Iron Giant?
What?
Iron Giant?
No, what's his name?
About War Machine?
Yeah, him.
But he's just gonna be War Machine.
He's gonna take the mantle.
Okay.
And Pepper.
There's 2. No, Gwyneth Paltrow's done with the series.
She's done with
the series, yeah. Okay,
gonna do it.
Here's what's going to happen if they do another Iron Man.
His daughter.
She's too young.
Now.
What are you going to do? You can't flash forward 10 years.
No, but they can wait till the end of the 5 years. They have to be old enough.
Yeah, but how do you think she was? She was maybe 5?
She was like 5.
Yeah.
That's 10.
The first they got Teen Titans.
Yeah, they're called Young Avengers. Yeah. But that's still 10.
They do? They have little baby ones?
No, I'm working on it. I'm getting there.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the Teen Titans.
I gotta see that. That's so cute. Wait, are they bad? Are they
they're good. Young Avengers.
No, I'm like, are they like bad kids?
No, I think they're good kids.
But that would be that's the Teen Titans. They're the bad ones. That'll be a
I want to see that. That'd be so cute. Is that a movie?
It's a
He's
comic.
They're going to do it.
Yeah. There's a rumor.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
The theory that the reason they're going to do that is Ant-Man in Endgame.
Yeah.
When he goes and he sees his daughter and she's all grown up.
Yeah.
They think that they aged her up so she can be part of that team. That's why they think they did that. Yeah. Yeah, because in Ant-Man the Wasp,
keep it in the family.
Yeah, she's a little girl.
I didn't realize because my husband took me to the movies without telling me that I should see the other movies.
I told you, but you didn't want to see them.
Do you know how many times I've told people to watch? One of my favorite stories, because it was one of the only times I was right with my ex, who's horrible, by the way. That's a shout out for you. So anyway, Avengers came out in 2012, and my ex was so anti anything fun like that. Not fun, but like anti-popular. Like, it can't be that good, even though it's making billions of dollars and like everyone loves it. Finally, she goes, you know what? Maybe we should see this movie. I was like, okay, like this is awesome. Like we can relate to something, and like this would be nice. Right. I was like, you need to watch these 5 movies. She goes, I'm not watching these movies. And I was kind of like, is there any way that for one time I can appeal to you to believe me and just do it? She goes, fine. I gave her the movies. I was like, you need to watch it this order. She goes, I'm not watching it in this order. I was kind of like, you know what?
Oh my
I'll take it. That's fine. Just watch the movies.
Right.
And so after we saw Avengers, she goes, I should have watched those in order. I was kind of like, damn it,
I told you.
I told you. It wasn't before Avengers. She watched all 5 of the movies leading up to it.
Yeah.
And then she's like, yeah, I probably should have watched them in the order you said. I was kind of like, yeah. I know. So I get that. I've heard that a lot. People are like, I'm not watching 22 movies. It's like, but
I didn't say I wouldn't watch them. I said
you said you were watching before you did.
I did. I was like, I'm not watching them.
It was Spider-Man that did it. You watched Spider-Man and you were like, I don't know what the heck. Why did
I was like, what? And I was literally in tears.
Yeah.
And I was like, and that was at the beginning of the movie, right?
Yep. I will always think of. I mean, forever. I Will Always Love You's been ruined. I will always think of Tony Stark now.
That's what I'm talking about. I was like, And then for me, like, I still thought it was fake, right?
It's not.
So I was like...
Because she hadn't seen Endgame.
So I sort of leaned over to PJ. I'm like...
Why are they dead?
What are you talking about? You know, because these little kids are talking about it. We had a rough year, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, what are they talking about?
It's sad.
She's like, oh, I need to watch the rest of it.
I gotta see.
I actually saw it with my mom. My mom loves the Marvel movies. My dad not so much. I mean, he likes them, but it's like pulling teeth to him to go see him. And I remember I was sitting there and it said in memoriam, and I heard, I will always love you. And I was like, Mom, this is gonna upset me.
Yeah. I'm like, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Why am I crying at the beginning of the movie?
Yep.
Like, is this real? I couldn't believe it.
Yep. I'll never forget seeing Endgame in theaters, and when Tony Stark has the gauntlet and he's about to snap the entire theater. I've never heard a theater so quiet. You were there. Mm-hmm. I mean, have you ever heard a theater be so quiet? Mm-hmm. You didn't hear what I said, did you?
Yeah. I mean, have I seen one quiet?
I mean, as quiet as that. I mean, that theater there was not a sound.
It's not a scary movie when something scary is about to happen. Everybody gets quiet. Everybody goes. Like a jump scare.
Yeah.
You know a jump scare is coming.
But usually when like a jump scare is coming, people are like, "Oh God, there's a jump scare coming!" And like they kind of mumble.
I know, I didn't say like everyone. You just said have I ever.
Fair enough. Touche. That is touche. Anyway,
but I didn't even see that because I didn't think that was such a moment.
Oh yeah, you didn't like it. That's right.
I did like it.
Oh,
I saw it twice.
Yeah.
But
you saw what twice?
Endgame. No, but we went over this. It wasn't that I didn't like it in the moment, but after I thought about it, I did like it. Yeah. And I so anyway, so that's why she wanted to watch the other one because she's like, oh man, all this stuff happened. I don't know none about it. So that's where she's in the mode right now. So
you're enjoying it now, right? So far, it's great. Never before has anything like this. I mean, mostly this has never been done on this scale before. The closest that ever came was the old school monster movies, like the Universal monster movies, where they would bring the monsters together, but they didn't do it on purpose. They just did it because they were able to. They never actively planned to do it.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like they had the House of Dracula, which had like Dracula in it and Frankenstein.
But you know why though too? Because they're risk averse, and it's a risky proposition.
Which you wouldn't think. I mean, like you wouldn't think that'd be risky.
Well, no, the reason it's risky is not for the reasons you think. It's not risky.
You're right.
Because look at the DC one. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to not be risky, but it is for them.
Well, you're right because I will give Joss Whedon again. He directed Avengers and he wrote it. I will give Joss Whedon all the credit in the world because if there's one thing that man can do, it's he can write a script for multiple characters. Yeah. And he is a very good ensemble writer.
It's risky in the way that if you get the wrong, like DC was taking a thing that we have this character Superman. We have this character Batman, who are, you can say that Superman and Batman are more popular than every movie hero the MCU has. I mean, was.
Yeah, was, yes. I was going to say, Iron Man, Captain America.
They've surpassed. But they weren't like that.
No, you're
All
right.
the time, it was Batman,
Superman.
and Superman.
More That's Batman.
True.
And then, no, I'll say even Superman.
I'm Batman.
I'll say even Superman. But then...
Michael Keaton, you're the best. I love you.
And so DC said, it doesn't matter who we get to direct these. We can do what we want. We can have whatever story, and people will love it because it's Batman and Superman.
Well, the CEO of Warner Bros., I forget, Kevin he was more looking at his wallet and the money that was... This is a true fact. They could have waited to release Justice League. They could have waited
and done it right.
Or at least augmented it in such a way that it would have cost more, but it would have been a better film. He pushed to have it be released by the end of 2017 so he could get a bonus.
Oh,
that is.
It wasn't just him. It was the entire board.
It was the entire board.
Yes.
Yeah, they got it released, and they all got these 7-8 figure bonuses.
I'm not sure how much. I know they got bonuses.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, they wanted their bonuses, so they let the movie release. But anyway,
and then ironically,
they were rushed.
Yeah. Oh yes, all of them were rushed.
Oh, all of them.
And then think about it.
That's the sad part. Batman vs Superman was not rushed. They spent 3 years making that boobless movie.
Yeah, but it was rushed.
3 years.
No, it was rushed because they lost the director and all that kind of stuff, and they should have started over.
They didn't lose the director.
And Batman vs Superman, that wasn't one. Which one was
Justice League was that one.
Oh, Justice League.
He filmed that movie for a better part of 2 years. Supposedly, the original cut for that movie is like 4 hours long.
What?
Yeah.
And it was still that bad?
It's yeah.
But the problem is because they should not have gone straight to a Batman versus Superman. That's the problem.
That is correct. Yes,
They
I
should
agree.
have, like,
I
what's it called?
agree.
They had Iron Man 1, a Hulk movie, then another Iron Man, then Captain America,
Thor, and then Captain America, and then Avengers.
And those were the main people in the, you had
Right.
individual movies.
Yes.
For each of the only reason, the individual movies for the people, and then you put them together.
Yeah,
You
I
don't
agree
have
with that.
freaking no individual movies for people, and then you just throw them in a movie and hope everybody loves it.
Not only that, but I think the key thing that people often overlook, I know you know, and I'm sure you're more intelligent to figure out because you figured out a lot of stuff that movie executives can't even figure out. But they created characters that you like and that you're able to even sort of relate to, even though they're superheroes.
Yeah.
And by doing that, they stay true to the source material.
Right.
Mostly stay true. But they didn't do this stuff where Superman tells his identity to Lois Lane in the first movie. That's craziness.
Right. Yeah.
There's 4 movies.
Okay, just tells her.
There's There's 5 Superman movies before this. 5 Superman movies before this, and in each of them, technically speaking, he does tell Lois Lane, I think, in 2. But then he does that weird Superman mind kiss thing, which I'm not sure is sexually okay now. And she forgets. I'm kidding. I love Superman.
Actually, it might not be.
It might not be, but it's okay.
Oh my god!
But I still love Superman.
Yeah, I don't think it is.
It's like a kiss roofie.
You gotta forget everything,
he really didn't
baby.
tell her. She figured it out a couple times.
Yes,
but he never really just. I mean, you can figure whatever out you want. You can say it to me all you want, but I'm never going to.
He never ever told anybody he was Superman in any of those movies.
But in this one, in the first 2 minutes, he goes, "Yeah, I'm."
And like, it's different with Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man, now Aunt May knows he's Spider-Man.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting.
What do you mean it's gonna be interesting? You just saw the movie where she already knew.
Who?
Aunt May.
Yeah, but no, Aunt May knew not that. I'm talking about the dude put his identity out there.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be great.
That's gonna be, and the reason that's
Spoilers.
interesting for you.
Uh-oh.
Y'all should have watched it. By now. If you care about this,
Jordan hasn't watched it.
I'm saying no. What I'm saying is for the people that listen to this, if they listen to it because of the title.
Maybe you could put like a thing in the beginning, be like, "Hey, spoilers."
Yeah.
So here's a thing. All in the Spider-Man canon, all of it was he wore a mask on purpose to protect his identity because of the people around him. That was all. Like, I mean, that's for other superheroes, but for him, it was specifically said.
He did it for a very, very, very long time. Very long time.
Right.
He did come out to the public in the Civil War arc and say, "I'm Spider-Man." But they did.
But we didn't get to that in these movies.
That's correct. And they did it for a reason. I'm not sure if you caught it. Now you see, Iron Man did it for a reason because they're not trying to make him Iron Man, but this movie was supposed to be a parallel, which is why the MCU is so great, because these guys think about this stuff, and it's artwork in a certain way. Iron Man 1 does parallel this last Spider-Man movie, which is the last movie in this giant saga. I mean, this first saga. So for him to come...
Actually, you know what? Iron Man 1, 2, and 3, they put Iron Man's... Basically, in this last Spider-Man was basically Iron Man 1, 2, 3 all put together in one thing.
Kind of a little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Because... Which one was where he said he was Iron Man?
Yes,
but what they did was
Iron Man.
They kind of put 3 together because they had where he had to be smart and get through some mind stuff. Like he did in 3.
Yes,
you haven't seen 3 yet. I'm not gonna say what it is.
You better not.
But he had to get it's like it's putting his whole arc together. You know, like in a thing, different orders, but.
Well, the whole point is they want Spider-Man now to kind of come out, and he's lost his mentor, and. It's now his day.
He'll be the elder statesman on Earth.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. Along with Black Panther and along with Doctor Strange,
Black Panther could never do it.
He's king. That's true.
Doctor Strange could.
But he won't.
And because Doctor Strange is cared about all time and everything.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
You haven't seen Doctor Strange yet, either.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, but Black Panther, because their economy is going to crash and burn.
You stop it.
You gotta let that one go. Just for the sake of the movie.
You gotta let it go.
And the fact that they, if no one noticed, that they're the only country in the world. Well, the only
Here we go.
Wait. No, the only good country in the world that thinks that a absolute monarchy is a good thing.
We're going to let you have 2 minutes. All right. On we're gonna let you get your bad. Okay, you're done.
You're done.
You're done. You sure?
Lies.
I'm done with it. I'm
you
doing
lied.
He's lying.
All right, so what do we have?
So, did you? I guess you were done guessing more or less, right?
Yeah.
Well, so you tell us yours.
So I've I am a movie buff to some fierce extreme.
He is.
And I go through several different sources.
Bad extreme.
Yeah. You could debate obsessive.
Like super bad.
Yeah. I go through the movie trades several times a day, and I honestly, kind of part of it is to look at what's happening next at Marvel. Tom Cruise has Top Gun 2 coming out. That, just love stuff like that. So anyway, here are the movies that...
Oh, yeah, Top Gun 2
Top Gun 2. Did you watch the preview for it?
No, I'm not going to.
Oh, God.
I'm just going to watch the movie.
Anyway.
When does it come out?
Next summer.
Oh, a year from now?
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
But August 2nd, we have Calvin and Hobbes.
What?
August 2nd, Calvin and Hobbes.
They're not making a Calvin Hobbes movie.
Yeah. The Rock and...
Jesus Christ. Yes, they're making the spin-off to Fast and Furious is coming out. That's right. Good for you.
So why you say I was wrong?
Because you said Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh, that's the kid in his little imaginary tiger.
Yes. You did that on purpose. You know you did.
Bring Justin Hobbes.
Bring Justin Hobbes.
What are you talking
Shaw.
about?
Shaw and Hobbes.
It's always...
Who is it? We have somebody knocking and interrupting the podcast. Open the door. What do you want?
Do we have anything to do tonight?
What did you say, Nipples?
Do we have anything to do tonight?
Why?
Because me and Lee trying to go see a movie.
What movie are you trying to go see?
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay, I was hoping you want to go see Midsummer because I would murder you.
What is Midsummer?
Worry about it.
Spider-Man, enjoy. Stay for book credit scenes.
Bring us dinner back.
Oh, Jordan.
Yeah.
How you going to the
stay
movies
and
then?
Watch the whole movie. Like, stay for the credits too.
I like that kid. Okay. What?
Well, here's girl nipples.
Bill Grove.
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on that one.
I don't know because there's some... Never mind, go ahead.
Anyway, so here's what I'm going to... I'm going to try to have remembered everything.
It's kind of funny that he was talking about Spider-Man.
No. It was almost like it was...
Meant to
wasn't.
I plan everything.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, so...
I just texted him.
Shush.
Yes.
No, you didn't.
You want to see my phone? No, okay.
Yeah. Broken it down into movies that are in production that are definitely happening or have been rumored to be happening, and then movies that they've said in passing, like, okay, these might happen because they're interested in them.
The A-Team.
So, A-Force.
That's what I said.
That's correct. Say that.
A-Team. A-Force. If they're a team.
One likes it when a plan comes together. The other does not.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. Yes.
You don't even get that, do you?
No.
The A-Team, with
Oh,
Mr.
yeah.
T?
I love it when a plan comes together.
Oh, yeah.
With a
Okay.
cigar.
Pity the fool. Pity the fool. I pity the fool who won't let me finish
bad.
this.
Yeah, that was bad. Go ahead. I'm letting you...
Like a mixture of Rain Man.
What?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to take a peel.
All right. So back to dinner.
Back to dinner, okay.
So...
I would prefer to talk about dinner than anything else.
So are we thinking Chinese? Is that what you're thinking?
I mean, if I stay, I'll eat whatever you get.
Yeah. So when I'm getting Chinese, is that it? Or do you want like Italian? Or do you want...
When you say Italian, you mean pizza, right?
Romanian,
When you say Italian, you mean pizza?
Pizza, pasta.
You can order pasta?
Yeah, you can order anything.
That's true.
Chinese, what else? Italian, Romanian.
You can order Romanian food
I
here?
have no idea.
Okay, I was going to say it.
I just said that. Mexican. And when I say Mexican, I mean Yo quiero Taco Bell.
You go Taco Bell. God, that's old. I feel
Yeah.
old.
You remember that?
A little too... Oh, I remember it, yeah.
Yeah.
Along with What's Up,
That's Budweiser, wasn't it?
I can't remember. It was too long ago.
Yeah. Or she really likes pizza.
I'm good with pizza.
Pizza, I'm partial to.
It's simple, it's easy, and it's full of carbs.
No,
which
it's
is
not simple and easy. If you do it wrong.
Oh, that's true. I mean, I'm not saying you can't do it wrong.
If you do it wrong, it's over. All right, so we got. So do you have the A-Force in your thing?
I do have the A-Force
In the initial one.
In the... I mean...
Oh, I know why. Because they want to capitalize on this Me Too stuff, right?
I am not saying anything that will hurt my delicate reputation.
I am.
Yes.
I mean, I don't say anything negative about the Me Too, but I'm just saying. I mean,
It's
anytime
implied.
you're trying to capitalize on something, you're what's it called? So, were you thinking more Chinese or Italian?
Can I hear his list?
Yeah, but that's what we're talking about. Let's what
We'll wait for
Chinese
you.
or Italian. We definitely didn't want to get started
No, you're
without
fine.
you being in
You're
here,
fine.
so we just changed the subject. Obviously, but we did it in such a deft, awesome way that nobody could tell we did that.
Oh,
Until we
really?
said that, yeah. Until we said it.
Yeah, until we said it. But
What'd y'all say?
Now they know they just got
Because I want
mind
you to
screwed.
take a pain pill.
No, I'm saying they just found out they got mind screwed by the geniuses sitting behind these microphones.
I know,
Rewind
'cause-
back, you still won't see it coming.
No, you won't. It's that good.
I like it.
All right, so we got the A Force is going to come out because I said they got to definitely exploit the A Tube, the Me Too movement.
Okay.
Yeah. So they have the A Force coming out.
Wait, you said that?
I
Or-
said that. Yeah, I said they're exploiting the
But
Me
you
Too movement.
already said your part. Now it's Elliot's part.
No, that's
Yes,
no,
we're
from
catching you
him.
up. We're catching you up.
Oh,
Okay.
oh.
You weren't in here because you were doing stuff.
Yep.
Like taking drugs.
Medicating.
Yes.
Yeah, medicating.
Taking
Seth.
illegal drugs.
No.
What's wrong with illegal drugs except the fact they're illegal? We didn't tell anyone where we work, so it's okay.
That's right. Anyways, so here are the movies that are in production are definitely going to happen and will most likely be introduced tonight in a very few amount of hours.
Let's do it.
Okay,
So
so
I'm gonna have to fix it and master it and release it now, so that we can beat the.
So that we can now
let's get this puppy going.
do it.
For sure, Black Panther. For sure, Black Widow,
Black Widow,
the Eternals.
the Eternals. Oh, I forgot about the
Yeah,
Eternals.
yeah.
I forgot about the Eternals. Okay.
The Eternals are this group of human. They're basically the ultimate humans that were created by like the celestial space gods. You'll see a little bit when you start talking about Guardians of the Galaxy when you watch it.
Okay.
And they are basically perfect humans. They are an evolutionary offshoot of what we are, but they're perfect.
Well, what the MCU thinks is perfect human, they don't have me in it, so it can't be perfect human.
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
Like, they
too.
can't be perfect.
Exactly.
We're
I'm
not
Hey,
there.
PJ, can you just jump for me right now?
All right. So here's the thing.
Yeah, that's
Cannot
enough.
currently jump, but that's a word. That's
Okay.
coming attractions.
And so they being that they're the
I don't
perfect
know why you always go on that one.
because it's so easy. Being that they're the perfect, humans.
Yeah.
The theory is that they will then protect Earth. That's
Okay.
and from of course the evil offshoot, the Deviants. That's the Eternals. Angelina Jolie has been cast as the lead.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even though she doesn't have any more, she
supposedly.
doesn't have any breasts anymore.
Supposedly.
Well, she probably got the fake ones.
Oh, you know about that?
Yeah, she got them taken off.
Yeah, she had breast
Am
cancer.
I the only one that doesn't know
Oh,
about
she
that?
didn't have breast cancer.
She didn't have it?
No, her mom
gene
and
or whatever?
sister had it.
Yeah,
So
that's
she was
right.
just like, I'm not taking a risk, so she got hers taken off too.
Oh, you did tell me about that.
Yeah. And so she probably have like the implants and stuff
Sit back
now.
a little bit, because you want to make sure it goes to the. Yeah, there. Good job.
I can't sit
You
back.
can't sit back, or just move. Can you move your chair a little bit? That better?
Hi, Ellie.
Hello, how's it going?
Yeah, like idiot.
Shang-Chi, who's the kung fu
I
superhero.
about him.
Yeah.
Okay, but you have to pretend like I said that one.
Okay, that's fine.
No,
No.
he's not gonna pretend like you said it because you
Because
did
no,
it.
but I knew about it.
No, it doesn't matter.
I just forgot it. I forget everything.
You've yet to
So
say
is
it
that-
correct. You too.
Yeah,
that-
Shin Chong.
Shang-Chi.
That's what I said.
Not
I was
even close. Not even close.
But I said it the racist.
Is
way.
he in what?
That's true.
I was so close in a racist way.
What show is he in?
He's
not
going to be in a
anything
movie. These are movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Okay.
Shang-Chi is going to be the first Chinese superhero ever.
Oh,
I'm
they
pretty
need
sure. Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
Oh,
now they have
did I
white
just-
ones.
and they
that
have a
do
black
kung fu.
one?
and a black one, and a woman one,
Yes,
and now an Asian one or Chinese. Excuse me.
I like it. I like it.
I'm Asian.
There's actually a theory that he will be the new leader of the Avengers. He apparently, supposedly, that is a rumor.
Well,
There's
he's
so many
supposed to
rumors.
be
He's
in the
supposed to
we'll
be.
see.
in the comics because he's the wisest.
Why?
He's Chinese.
Out of here.
Wow. Black Panther 2 is almost certainly coming. Doctor Strange 2 is almost certainly coming.
I didn't say
Yeah.
that one either.
You didn't say that one either. Guardians of the Galaxy
but you know what I
3
meant.
is definitely
I
coming.
said that one.
And happily, they announced just this week that Thor 4, say that 5 times fast,
Oh,
is coming.
Okay.
Mainly just because of how awesome Thor is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Fat-
because he's fat?
No, just because he's
not gonna be fat in it.
probably not.
Oh my god.
But his power. Never mind. She hasn't seen him. We can't
Okay,
tell her.
you'll
We can't
see.
tell her.
He has a
You'll
really
see.
great arc.
You'll see what happens.
Like, I just really love his arc now. Like, how
Yeah,
how
he
it
has
is.
he has an arc.
Mhm.
He put 2 by 2 animals on it.
Yes.
What?
No, he didn't do that.
I'm talking about story arc.
Yes, story arc. He has a really,
Oh.
really
Yeah,
good
but I
story
was
arc.
super what do you call it? Clever.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why you totally threw me off.
Yeah.
I know.
I didn't
My
see it
cleverness.
coming.
Yep.
These are rumored.
Okay.
These are rumored,
Mm-hmm.
and any number of them may or may not be announced tonight.
Okay.
You have Ant-Man 3,
Okay.
which will most likely, if they do make it, will be called Ant-Man, the Wasp, and Stature.
I was about to say, what about the Wasp? It wouldn't be.
She'd be in there. I'm just saying Ant-Man 3 because it's easier than.
Oh no, she's back. Isn't she?
Yeah, she's back. Yeah,
she came back.
They're partners.
Yeah, she
so
died. She came back in the fight when they brought him back.
Captain Marvel 2.
He snapped his fingers.
Yes, yes.
Which may have been teased at the end of Spider-Man. That might have been what that was.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about them.
I do.
Wait till you see the movie.
Spider-Man 3.
Yeah. Spider-Man 3?
Yep.
With the new kid?
With the new kid.
Yeah, but it'll be wild. I think it'll be a few years before they do that one.
2021 probably.
Yeah.
They have to make one every 2 years. So.
Uh-oh, did I just turn that off? Oh, I didn't.
Kick it under. It's really supposed to be under there. You go.
Cool. And if they want to go for amazing shock, they're going to announce X-Men and Fantastic Four.
Go lay down. Rest.
No worries. No worries.
Do
Rest
a
up.
good
Feel
job.
better.
Close me out, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You're going to have to listen to it.
Give me the chips.
Always.
Chips
make
always
things
make me feel better. General.
Nice throw. Nice catch.
Thank you.
Well, we throw
Feel
stuff,
better.
We throw stuff in the house.
All right. It just went from A Force to B Force.
If you believe the Me Too movement.
Anyways,
I'm going to rag on them all the time.
that's fine.
That's my thing.
It's an easy target.
Yeah.
I said that out loud.
Yeah, you're right.
So if
You're
they,
in my camp now.
Yeah,
You see
yep.
that? He's in my camp.
I just want to keep my job. If they do want to go for amazing shock value, they're going to announce, if not both, X-Men or
And the Dark Knight.
Fantastic Four. Dark Knight's DC. Don't
Yeah, that's what I
embarrass
said.
me. Which would be a pretty big deal
But you
because
have the Dark Knight written there.
no, I don't.
What did I say?
Oh, Moon Knight.
Oh, don't know who that is.
Moon Knight is basically Marvel's version of Batman, sort of. It's about a mercenary, like a really bad mercenary, that gets possessed by a Egyptian moon god,
Moon God.
and then he is able to use his
Kind of like
finances.
the Mummy.
Sort of, yeah.
All
Sort
right.
of. There's been rumors of the Black Knight,
Mm-hmm.
which is a man whose ancestor was the previous mantle, the Black Knight, but he was a villain, a super villain.
Okay.
And so he wants to redeem his family by becoming the good Black Knight.
Let's list. All right. So we have this 2019.
Yes.
All right. List what movies you think are coming in 2020.
Okay. I'm going to finish this list of other rumors, and then I'm going to do that. All right.
Uh huh.
Okay. So Captain Britain, Nova, Ironheart.
I'm gonna do it because the reason I say that
Because I'm segueing into that.
No, I know, but no, the reason I say that is because right now that's already we're just going,
Yes.
and we want to give the fanboys or whoever listens
you make a valid point. Okay.
the-
Our prediction, if I had to guess, it's going to be, and here's the problem with prediction. I promise I'll bring this home. I promise I will. Is at the end of the day, it's so unpredictable. I know a couple that are almost
Well,
surely.
yeah, because you don't know all the things that go into it.
Yes, it's mainly the fact that if they pull a surprise out, I just don't know.
But Shin Lim is definitely going to be into that.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi.
Okay, so here's
thinking about
here's what
Shang-Chi.
I'm guessing,
All right.
and I'm actually curious because
It doesn't have to be right order.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So you just want me to say which ones I think are going to get made.
In 2020, they're going to release in 2020.
I can tell you for a fact that it will be Black Widow and the Eternals.
And Eternals.
Those are because they like to release 2 sequels and 1 new property a year.
All right. So what's the new property?
The Eternals
And what's the sequel?
prequel. It's Black Widow.
Black Widow and what else? Then we got one more.
That's it. No, they're only doing 2.
Oh,
next
2?
year.
All right, 2 next year.
Now
All
it's
right.
possible they will throw one into July, but probably not. I don't think
It'd
they
be
have time.
hard.
It'd be very hard.
It'd be hard.
I don't think they have time.
All right, so we got that's 2020. All right, 2021.
And I apologize. I should say they do as of right now. They have May 1st, November 6th dates for 2020.
Mm-hmm.
2021 they have a February 12th, a May 7th, a November 5th. That's for 2021.
Okay.
For 2022 they have a February 18th, a May 6th, and a July 29th. That's
All right,
2022.
So 2021 we got 3, and 2022 we got 3.
Correct.
All right, so what are we thinking in 2021?
If I had to guess, if I was a betting man, which I'm not because I always lose,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm curious what your opinion is on this. The popular choice is probably Shang-Chi
Mm-hmm.
for February of 2021.
Okay.
Now here's the issue. Black Panther was released in February of 2018. And that has two things going for it. It's a big property. Black History Month. It's a big property. And on top of that, that is a movie that people will go see because that's where they put movies to die.
So they should put... but are they going to do Black Panther that year too, you think?
I think so, yes.
So I would say they would do Black Panther then.
In February?
Yeah, and then Shang-Chi would be the one right before summer.
No, I think...
Do they have a summer?
They don't. They have a May, and I'm going to get to the summer thing in a second.
February, May. Yeah, that's the one right before the summer, I would say. I'll say that one right before. I think they put Shang-Chi here.
You think they put Shang-Chi here? Because I think they're going to put Doctor Strange there. They're going to... When you open the summer, you want a big name. You want Doctor Strange. And then, or Black Panther. Black Panther. See, that's my dilemma.
I think they're going to put Black Panther in February again.
Okay.
And I think they're going to put Strange here, and then they're going to put...
They're going to put Shang-Chi. See, that's what I think, too. That's what I'm thinking. Now, I'm going to add a kink into the plan here, because technically speaking, I think their contract with Sony, so they have a deal with Sony that lets them use Spider-Man. I think the deal is they have to produce a movie every 2 years. Guess
when
what?
They're making movies.
Yes.
So you think they just did it in 19.
They just did 19, so in July 2021, they may have to do one. Yes. There's no date there yet. It's just 3 for 2021. But I have a feeling tonight they're going to announce Spider-Man 4, and it's going to be right there, which will make 2021 the first year for 4 Marvel Studio releases. That's my theory. So that's what we're saying. We're saying for 2021, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Spider-Man,
then Shang-Chi.
Yeah, Shang-Chi. That's my prediction.
Okay.
In 2023, we still have 3. 22. Excuse me. You're correct. For 2022, we still have just 3. We probably will stay with 3 if I had to guess.
I know one of them is going to be the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yes, that's most likely the May one. They're probably going to release Captain Marvel in the February one, if I had to guess. And then most likely July of 2022 is going to be probably Thor.
Okay.
Probably.
All right, what about 23? That's going to be the hardest. 23,
I can take shots. I can take shots because we have basically exhausted all the confirmed film at this point. We're now in the rumor territory where we're trying to figure out what.
Okay, so all right, so for 23, it has to be something established, right? You got to have an established one at least.
True, that is true.
So an established one that they won't have done there will be what?
In 2023, you got to remember 2-year plan. Spider-Man will probably be there, probably July of 2023.
It'll have to be there.
It'll probably be there, most likely. At this point in time,
I'm gonna say no.
You don't think so?
No, because when's their contract run out?
It's kind of an indefinite thing. It's not. It's going to probably be re-upped. I think it actually ends after it ended after this movie. I'm pretty sure. All right. And I think it's going to be re-upped. They're going to probably announce it.
It may be. Yeah. But right now, I'm going to say they're not going to renew it.
You don't think they're going to renew it?
No, and it's not going to be in 2023. One won't be a Spider-Man.
Okay.
So if it's not going to be a Spider-Man, what would go there?
Okay.
There have to be something that's already there. That's right.
Okay. So Ant-Man. You got Ant-Man.
You have an Ant-Man movie.
You have Ant-Man movie.
It's got to be an Ant-Man movie.
But here's a popular theory that's come out. Okay. Is they're saying that Ant-Man is not popular enough to have another standalone film. His movies have been successful, not flops by any measure. They've not lost money, not nearly successful as the other ones.
Here's the thing.
Wait for it.
All right.
They're thinking that he would lead the Young Avengers. He and the Wasp, along with his daughter, would lead the Young Avengers.
I can see that, and I was thinking of something along that lines where they would put him in another movie to pull it up,
because they're well established. Anyway, so that was why I was trying to read these other ones off, because
I know what you're doing. Yeah, but I didn't want it. I wanted the people to be enthralled.
Okay, in suspense. I get it.
Yeah, that's
okay. I'm just gonna start taking crap shots here. Keep in mind too, Marvel now owns Fox properties, which includes Deadpool.
When are they going to put... Okay, you got Deadpool, you got X-Men. They got to bring X-Men in there.
They got to bring X-Men in there.
Are they going to bring X-Men in standalone, or are they going to bring them in with someone else?
We don't know.
And there has to be another Avengers movie.
Yes, another Avengers movie. Which leads us to...
this is 2019.
This is 2019.
So the next Avengers movie will be in 3 years.
It's possible 2022, too. I mean, it's possible.
2022. No, because they already got 4 weeks in. Or that's that.
Now, it is also possible they'll announce another date in July of 2022, put Avengers there, and then move Thor into like November, which would be a smart move.
Yeah, it would have to be either they have to put another Avengers, because we don't even know who's going to be in the Avengers.
Well, it's funny you say that, because may I now read the possibilities for different Avengers films? Here are some of the purported ideas that have been thrown around. I'm not going to say Avengers so much as unified, team movies. So you have Young Avengers, which they are they're hinting very hard. You've got Iron Lad, who's the kid who was at the end of Avengers Endgame, who was in Iron Man 3. He could be Iron Lad.
That was the kid that I didn't know who he was.
Yes, that could be.
I still don't know who he is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to see it when I watch.
Yes. So he could be Iron Lad. You've got Hawkeye is going to have his own solo TV show, which is about him training his replacement. The rumor is Black Widow.
How can he train his replacement though? What? Any like some kind of special?
Well, yeah, but that's the point. Is he finds another special person and trains him. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that they can pull, and they don't even necessarily have to introduce all of them. They just kind of,
just put
them in, and then that'd be it. That's Young Avengers. You have Dark Avengers, which is actually probably the most likely, because here's what happens. Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin, becomes Iron Patriot. He decides to form a superhero team because the world needs one, because they've lost their previous team. Guess what just happened in Endgame? Right, we've lost the Avengers. So now he gets together. He
kind of like the Iron Bad People.
Yeah, Iron Bad People.
Yeah,
sure. Okay.
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Exactly. Yeah, basically the same thing.
Better.
Yes. And he gets super villains. No.
Scorpions?
No scorpions. Good try.
Okay.
He gets super villains to basically take the alter ego of superheroes. Like the Abomination becomes the Hulk, and that's why they're called the Dark Avengers. Okay, fair enough. New Avengers, which is just forming another team of new people, and then you have what's called the Ultimates, which would be Captain Marvel and Black Panther traverse the multiverse and explore it. Bringing it in. If I had to guess...
So you're saying Dark Avengers before the Young Avengers?
I'm not even saying Dark Avengers necessarily. There's also a possibility of another one called Thunderbolts, which is where General Thunderbolt Ross, who's the secretary now in the movies...
Oh, and he
creates a Suicide Squad.
Yeah, he could start them.
He could. Yeah. Which is basically anti-heroes. It's Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
But that might be true, because the way he's been acting, it seems like he wants that anyway.
Yes, that's true.
Because he wants somebody he can control.
Exactly. So... Yeah. I'll tell you what, here's what I'm going to do. So for 2023, as of right now, we have 3 dates. I'm going to give you 3. I personally think there is going to be a Spider-Man movie, personally.
Okay. All
right. We need another sequel, probably Captain America 4 with the Falcon. Probably. Because they're going to have the show The Falcon and Winter Soldier that's going to be on Disney Plus, which we think is going to be him kind of coming to terms with becoming Captain America. That way we wouldn't have to have another Captain America movie where it's an origin film. It's going to be him just being Captain America. And then I kind of want your help on this, actually. What do you think is going to be the Avengers film? You have Young Avengers, you have Avengers 5, you have...
I like Dark Avengers.
You like Dark Avengers?
Just because...
Or Thunderbolts?
Well, I'm saying that is as Dark Avengers.
It's going to be called Thunderbolts then.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying General Thunderbolt over the Dark Avengers.
Done. Okay, so we're saying...
In that way.
We're saying Captain...
Just because of they've brought him in for reasons, and I feel like that could be the reason.
We're saying Captain America 4, Spider-Man, and Thunderbolts.
And that's why he doesn't like Nick Fury.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't really ever talk, but yeah, you could be right.
But he's gone against him.
And I do also want to put in there's the possibility of Nova, which is remember the group, the Nova Corps? They're now destroyed. He's the remaining Nova Corps agent officer. Okay. And so that it's about him doing that. I also do want to say 2 more notable ones that I feel like could very easily be thrown in are the Black Knight or Captain Britain. I do feel like those 2 could pop up.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Because supposedly Guy Ritchie was being prepped to direct it. And then nothing came of it. So
he directed Snatch. So, all right. So just so you know, we talked about how the San Diego Comic-Con, they're going to announce it tonight. So we're going to actually do another episode of this. So probably the next podcast will be us talking about how right or how wrong we were in our predictions tonight.
I'm betting that after 2023 we just have nothing. Right, yeah.
I mean, but you never know.
You never know. Because, Marvel, there's one thing Marvel loves to do. It's the classic, here's this in one hand, but I guess it's happening over here.
And we did get ultra specific.
Yeah.
And so, but I'm not holding us to the specificity. I'm holding us to
the general idea,
the actual movies of what
I do feel that you're right, though, that they need a teen movie at some point, and 2023 is probably the year. Now, technically speaking, the phase is probably going to run to 2024.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3 more movies that you could throw in.
But you can't tell.
No, you just can't
There's no way
tell.
you can tell because you don't know which way they're going.
In theory, there's enough time to have a sequel to both Black Panther and Doctor Strange in 2024.
Exactly.
That's 3 years.
So you don't know.
So yeah, it gets too far.
And it also depends on what does what.
Yes, that's true.
You know, a lot of times you reserve your right to see, you know, how this movie does.
Mm-hmm.
If it does good, if it does great, or I mean now it's kind of crazy. The bars are getting set so freaking high. You know, it's like you're talking about in billions now instead of before. We need to make 600.
Do you know how much Marvel has made total? It's like $17 billion.
Yeah,
Over
that's just off the movies.
11 years.
That's just off the films in the.
That's right.
That don't count DVD, Blu-ray sales, merchandise sales.
You know, Paramount's kicking themselves for selling it to Disney, selling the rights to Disney, I should say.
It's,
distribution rights. Yep, it is a lot.
So, everyone, thank you for listening to the PJ's World podcast. Renee had to step out. Her back is still hurting. Remember, she was in that car accident. And she had to step out and lay down. I want to say thank you to our special guest, Elliot, for coming and bringing his expertise. And remember, we'll be back next week, the week after. We don't have a schedule. And we're going to see how right or how wrong we were.
Wrong.
It wouldn't be good to do even tomorrow because things come out in the wash.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be a lot of new information.
So we want to wait. At least give it a good week. Probably not more than a week, but maybe a week or two to see everything that rolls out in the wash after everything gets said and whatever heads roll or whatever it is, and then we can figure it out. But thanks for listening. Renee says bye. I say bye.
I say bye.